Welcome to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. And now, it's time for our story. Once upon a time, there was an albacore named Tiffany. She was the most helpful albacore ever. She liked to be helpful whenever she could. She liked the feeling others had when they were helped, and she liked the feeling of helping others. On this particular day, the school of Albacore was traveling in a long stream. Tiffany the albacore was with her family traveling together in the long stream of other albacore, and she noticed another family of albacore way out ahead of them stopped off to the side as all the other albacore travelers in the long school were traveling as fast as they could. And Tiffany told her parents, "I see some other fish that might have stopped because something might have happened. Would it be okay if I could go check and see if they're okay so I can help them if they need it?" And Tiffany's mother and father said, "Well, we know you can always find your way back to us and find us in this whole school of fish. And we know how you were born with a big heart for caring for others. Go ahead and see if they need help. And if you really need help, you can always swim back to us no matter how far back you are, and we'll come and help you." And Tiffany the albacore said, "Thanks, Mom and Dad." And Tiffany the albacore, who was traveling in the long stream of school of fish, kept swimming with the school, and she waited for the right moment to get off and see if the family of albacore up ahead needed any help. And she was traveling and swimming and following the fish in front of her. And as she got closer and closer to the family, she got off the school and went straight for the family that looked like they needed some help for some reason. And Tiffany the albacore came to the family and said, "Hello, I noticed you stopped to the side from traveling with the school of fish. I was wondering if you were okay. Because if you weren't, I would like to help in any way I can." So the family looked at Tiffany the albacore and said, "Oh, thank you so much for stopping by and making sure our family was okay. But actually, we really don't need any help. We just wanted to take a break from all of that traveling. We've been swimming for so long that our family just wanted to stop on the side and have a nice picnic eating all these squid and anchovies. And if we ever needed help, we know that we could trust in good, caring fish like you. So thank you, but we're okay." And so Tiffany the albacore said, "Well, if you ever see me around, go ahead and wave at me and ask me if you need any help. I would love to help." And so Tiffany the albacore waved at them, turned around, and she swam right back to catch up to her family who were swimming really fast in the school of fish. And as they were traveling fast in the stream, Tiffany the albacore saw something strange on the floor where some rocks were. And so Tiffany wanted to see what it was. And so she asked her parents, "Mom, Dad, can I go see what's in that rock over there? Something looks strange." And Tiffany the albacore's mother and father said, "Oh yeah, sure, just hurry up and come back." So Tiffany the albacore swam down to the rock to see, and it looked like there was something that needed help. She saw a baby albacore who seemed to be lost and was looking for its family. And so Tiffany the albacore swam to the baby albacore and said, "Hey, what are you doing here? While the whole school of albacore are traveling with their families. Do you need help finding your family?" And the baby albacore said, "Yes, I seem to have gotten lost and I can't find them. So I was just waiting here to see if someone would come and help me. But you're the only one who stopped and came over to see if I was okay to help me. Thank you." And Tiffany the albacore felt so good that she could finally help another albacore in need. And Tiffany the albacore said to the baby albacore, "Come on, follow me, and I'll help you find your parents." And Tiffany the albacore asked the baby albacore, "Hey, do you know what they look like?" And the baby albacore said, "They look like albacore." And so Tiffany the albacore thought, maybe that wasn't the best question to ask. "Well, do you know where they are?" And the baby albacore said, "Yeah, they're like way in the front of the school of fish. And Tiffany the albacore said, "Oh no, that means we have to swim really fast to get to the front of the school." And the baby albacore asked, "Can you help me and swim really fast to get to the front of the school?" And then Tiffany the albacore thought about it, and she thought, "Wow, if I were to help this baby albacore, that means I have to swim really, really fast to get to the front of the school. And not only that, as I'm swimming really fast, I would have to somehow get the baby albacore to move really fast with me. But not only that, this is like a great opportunity to help another fish. I would love to do that." So Tiffany the albacore told the baby albacore, "You know what? I think we can do this. Let's go." But the baby albacore couldn't swim very fast. So Tiffany the albacore said, "Listen up. Just take a bite of one of my fins on top, not too hard, but just enough so that I can pull you, and we can get to the front of the school in no time. Can you do that?" And the baby albacore said, Yeah, I can do that, but would you still be able to swim even though I'm holding on to you like that?" And Tiffany the albacore said, "Well, we'll see. I think that if you're holding on to one of my fins on top, I could at least push really hard with my tail, and my other fins can help me, and we could probably get to the front of the school and get you back with your family. I think it's important that you are with your family and not just lost off to the side." And so the baby albacore said, "Oh yes, that sounds great. Thank you so much." And the baby albacore slowly swam up to one of her top fins that she stuck out and took a gentle bite out of it, just enough so that it could be pulled while Tiffany the albacore was swimming. And right when the baby albacore took a bite of Tiffany the albacore's fin, she said, "Let's go." And she pushed really hard with her tail as fast as she could, straight to the front of the school of fish as they were traveling. And she swam past all the other albacore, and she even passed by her own family. And her mother and father said, "Hey, Tiffany, what are you doing swimming so fast?" And Tiffany the albacore said, "Oh, sorry, no time to explain right now, but I'm trying to get to the front of the line." And Tiffany's family said, "Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll see you later." And Tiffany the albacore said, "I'll see you later, Mom and Dad." And she swam as fast as she could, with the baby albacore still biting on her fin, holding on. And she swam fast and as fast as she could. She was swimming past all the other albacore. She went past all of her friends, all of her other families, all of the other tuna she knew. And she swam as fast as she could until she finally got to the front of the school of fish. And as Tiffany the albacore and the baby albacore were swimming at the front of the school of fish, Tiffany the albacore asked the baby albacore, who was still biting onto her fin on top, "Hey, which one of these are your family?" And the baby albacore said, "I don't know. I think that they're somewhere up here because I remember being up here." And then Tiffany the albacore said, "Wait, you don't know what your parents look like?" And the baby albacore said, "No, I'm still a baby. I only know that they love me and they look like fish. But if they came to me, I would know who they are." And so Tiffany the albacore totally understood what the baby albacore meant. And so Tiffany the albacore thought and thought about how she could find who the baby albacore's family was. And as fast as she was swimming in the front of the whole school of albacore, Tiffany the albacore turned around with the baby albacore still biting on her top fin, and she yelled, "Stop!" And all of the school of albacore did not know what was happening, and so they stopped, and all the school of albacore were swimming so fast that they even swam into each other and crashed all over. But none of the school of albacore got hurt. They just stopped and slowed down. and it was so many albacore that it was a whole bunch of albacore stopped for over a mile wide. And Tiffany the albacore, with the baby albacore still biting on her top fin, swam to each family. And as she came to each family, she would ask the baby albacore, "Is this your family?" And the baby albacore said, "No, that's not my family." And so Tiffany the albacore swam to the next family, and she asked, "Is that your family?" And the baby albacore said, "No, that's not my family either. Will I ever find my family?" And Tiffany the albacore said, "Yes, we will find your family. I really want to help you. And I'm going to make sure that you find your family because I'm the best helper and I'm going to do whatever it takes. And just you watch, we'll find your family." And so Tiffany the albacore and the baby albacore kept swimming from family to family to family, and she kept on asking, "Is this your family?" And the baby albacore would say, "No," until Tiffany the albacore and the baby albacore finally came to a family in the whole school that seemed to be concerned and worried about something. And so Tiffany the albacore swam up to them and said, "Is this your family?" And the baby albacore's eyes got wide and said, "Yes, yes, that is my family." And the albacore family swam really fast up to Tiffany the albacore. And they said, "Thank you so much for finding our little baby. We were wondering why the school of fish stopped all of a sudden. And now we know why. Thank you so much for helping us." And Tiffany the albacore said, "I love helping others. I'm the best helper there is. And if there's anything that I see that needs help, I really want to help. And I feel so good knowing that you all feel like I helped you. So thank you." And Tiffany the albacore swam all the way back to where her family was. But now, all the school of albacore were just sitting there, and they were just wondering why no one was moving. And then one of the albacore said, "Hey, aren't we supposed to be moving and going to a place where there's more food and where we could kind of do our thing and live there? I don't know. What's going on?" And then Tiffany the albacore remembered she forgot that she stopped the whole school from moving so she could help the little baby albacore. So Tiffany the albacore swam really fast right up to the front of the school of albacore again. And she turned around and said, "Hey everyone, I'm so sorry everyone was stopped here and you guys are all looking confused, but I had to stop the whole school of albacore so that I could help this baby albacore find its family. And we did. So that's why we stopped and now we're ready to go. So whoever's in the front, let's get this whole school moving, yeah?" And then the albacore that was in the front of the school said, "All right, well, I'm glad that baby albacore was able to find its family. Hey everyone, let's get moving." And the albacore started swimming, and the rest of the school started swimming back in its stream. And Tiffany the albacore went back to her family, and she was swimming with them once again. She felt so good that she was able to help, and she felt that it was kind of silly that she stopped the whole school of fish just to help out that little baby albacore. But to her, it was all worth it. And she swam with the satisfaction that she was able to do what she really wanted to do. And that was to be a helper. And the albacore lived happily ever after. The end. The albacore is also known as the longfin tuna and is a species of the mackerel. It can be found in temperate and tropical waters all around the world. An albacore is bullet-shaped and has a conical snout and large eyes and long pectoral fins. It is deep blue, silver white, and has spots around, and can reach up to 4 foot 7 inches in length. The albacore can be known as an omnivore. Its diet is sardines, anchovies, crustaceans, and squids. They can also eat plankton. Albacores live in large schools that can be 19 miles wide. And albacores are migratory species, which means that they travel long distances all year to find the best area for food and to build a family. Albacore is known to swim at speeds of 50 miles per hour. Albacores can live up to 10 to 12 years. Adults could reach 4.5 feet long, and the largest ones can be 5 feet long and can weigh up to 132 pounds. Have you ever seen a real-life albacore before? If you have, where did you see it? Thanks for listening to Animal Stories for Kids. If you like our stories, please give us a 5-star rating, subscribe to our podcast, and share it with your friends and family. Until next time, bye! If your child enjoys cats, drawing, or writing, you might also like my Everyday Cats Journals. They're a 4-book journal series, each with fun covers showing cats with human bodies doing silly and everyday things. Inside, kids can look for little objects from the cover that appear in the top corners of the pages and try to find them all as they write or doodle. The Everyday Cats Journals are available on Amazon. You can find all the details in the show notes.